So I just wanted to highlight this, saying it's a lot of what train riding is. Just walking next to an interstate on a sidewalk, or just sleeping next to an interstate on the I-10 in California, whatever. Either way, this is a lot of it. This and just sitting around like I was in Trinidad for close to 30 hours before I got out of there. Could have got out earlier, but it just so happened. But yeah, doesn't this look fun? I mean, it's pretty rad. The walk isn't bad. Sidewalk's not bad. It goes under this spot over here that I'm going to highlight because I'm sure you've seen it before. But yeah, gotta love cars. Fuck cars. Does this spot look familiar? It should. Beware the bull. So I just happened upon this little free library, and it is not every day at a little free library you find Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance in a little free library. I haven't read this book yet, and that is a score and a half. I also got this other kind of like fantasy novel thing that looks pretty interesting. I'm going to finish I'm reading the biography of Anthony Kiedis, lead singer of the Chili Peppers, and I'm on like the last chapter. So after that, I'm going to put that back in one of these libraries and start reading these. But yeah, we're like a third of the way through the walk. I'm considering whether I should fly this Burger King for some food or not, but probably not. I think I'm just going to keep going, stash my gear, and come back into town and try to make some money. Look at this creepy thing. Oh, it's a memorial. Oh, I'm sorry. Mrs. Lopez. Other thing that I have here, there's a brand new Maverick right here. Right here. I'm gonna fly the shit out of this Maverick and see if I can make any money. Hopefully it works. So, I scavenged this old trash can from that home bum camp. Didn't look like anybody was living there anymore, so don't worry, I didn't take anybody's like really important stuff. But there was this trash can, a bucket, a handsaw, all of this lumber, and a crowbar, and I punched some holes in the bottom of this trash can here. You can see that. And made a proper burn barrel out of it. It's made of aluminum, so it's not going to be the greatest, but it's going to work for tonight because it's supposed to be like 22 degrees and maybe less than that. And then tomorrow, if I'm stuck here again, it's going to be like 6, so I'm going to need this. I also got a can of WD-40, and when I lit this thing up with some cardboard and some twigs in it, I burnt the crap out of my freaking eyelids and my face, even though I tried my hardest to light it with a torch, or a match rather. Still burnt the crap out of all my hair, but it's working pretty damn well. And we're just sitting here in Denver waiting for a train. I don't think a train's going to come tonight. It might, I don't know. They were working a train in the yard, so it's possible one might come, but till then I'm sitting next to my sweet ass burn barrel that I made and trying to stay warm tonight. I'm in like almost a t-shirt right now next to this thing. It is cooking. So we're still hanging out in the same spot in Denver. I got some more firewood. Last night was so cold. I just slept right here next to this burn barrel, just loaded it up and slept next to it, and it got cold. And it was only 20, you got down to 26 is what they said it got down to last night. And that's not even that cold, but that's like approaching my sleeping bag's temperature rating. And like I was inside my bivy sack with both of my sleeping pads that I had on the ground, tarp underneath that. I didn't find at this other home bum camp, I found this like serape blanket I didn't use that, but I don't know if it would have done me much good even if I did. But I wrapped my blue sleeping pads in it, so now it's at least a little less obnoxious looking. But yeah, so I raided that home bum camp. Like I said last night, it doesn't look like anybody has lived there for a really, really long time. It looks like it was abandoned as soon as it started to get cold. And it's just like trashed. So I like scavenged some stuff. I got a shovel, this crowbar, and a handsaw. And then I got this trash can from over there. And basically how you make a burn barrel, it's not hard. Just if this helps anyone, all you got to do is just punch holes around the underneath part of the barrel and it'll suck air like up so it can actually breathe. If you don't do that, it won't burn very well. Like it'll just sit there and it'll go out and smoke and be kind of shitty. But I use that crowbar to punch those holes in that. And then I got this bucket and my little seat. I actually should probably do this. There we go. Now it's a real nice bench. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of firewood hanging out. There's a winter storm warning in effect for the next 2 days. It might snow up to like 1.5 to 2 feet of snow. There's a little bit of snow in the air right now, and it's going to get down to 16 degrees. It was saying it was going to get down to 6, so I don't know what it's going to do, but it's going to kill me if I stay outside. I don't have enough gear for this. That's why I'm going to Grand Junction, like I said last night, is to get my 0-degree bag and my stuff to survive winter. I did have a couple of people online hit me up that are in Denver that are offering me to stay with them for a couple of days, and I think I'm going to do that. I usually don't take people up on offers like that I don't know, but I'm not like, the outdoors just like, it scares me sometimes, freezing and whatnot. And I've ridden this line in the middle of the winter before, multiple times, over the Rockies in the dead of winter, more winter than this, like January. But I have the gear for it, and I don't right now. But it's starting to freak me out, knowing that I don't have a 0-degree bag, and I don't have another pair of long johns and some other stuff. So I might hit up people and stay with them, because it's like 1 o'clock right now. And there hasn't been a single, not even a train going this way since I got here at like 5 or whatever yesterday afternoon. There's just like nothing. Oh, well, the signals are lit up down there, so there might be something coming. You see that signal bridge way down there? Those signals are lit up. That means that there's something on this track. I don't know which way it's going. It could be coming from that way, which is the way I want to go, or it could be coming from the yard. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. So I found this gigantic log. I decided to throw it in here. We'll see how this goes. It should get gnarly here in a minute. Well, the snow has arrived, and I have zero cover. It is snowing pretty good, and it is going to accumulate. Luckily, it's like dry-ish snow, so it's like bouncing off me and got my fire, but I might have to go up underneath the overpass. I don't want to abandon this fire, but this is just getting worse, and starting to accumulate here. Put my stuff under a tarp. Hopefully I don't get too wet. That's my biggest concern. But yeah, it might be time to seek shelter here soon. Ooh, not getting any better. Started to get snow in my beard, I think. So. Okay, so we finally got a train. This is empty coal. I don't know where it's going. I'm really, really hoping that it's going the right direction to Grand Junction and not to Craig, Colorado, or Steamboat Springs, or that direction's bad. Anyway, we got this rear DPU. It is blustery outside. It is snowing like crazy, getting colder and colder and colder. Thank God I have this heater in here. But yeah, we're going out of here. I was just hanging out with another guy that wanted to chill in Denver. We happenstance met each other in the train yard and hung out for a little bit. If you're watching this, you know who you are, and good hanging out with you. Good to meet you. But we're just waiting. It should be taking off here. It's airing up, so yeah. All right, well, we are heading out of Denver, going up the Rocky Mountains here up the grade of the Moffat Tunnel. I am comfortable as fuck. I don't know if you can see me or not, but let's do this. I'm comfortable hanging out here in this unit. Yet again, if any railroad people like watch this channel that know that I'm completely respectful with any of this equipment. I'm not touching anything, just hanging out and being warm, trying not to freeze to death going over the Rocky Mountains. Anyway, comfortable in my long johns here. I'm gonna make some dinner, listen to some podcasts, head over the Rocky Mountains, and probably gonna get inspected here in Bond or whatever. I'm probably gonna cut that out, but and then yeah, we're out going over the Rockies. Here we go. It is snowing so hard outside, and another thing that I failed to mention is that those home bums that home bum camp that I thought was unoccupied was occupied apparently, and I went back over there to go return some of the tools that I took for that camp when that train showed up, or when this train showed up, and yeah, they were not happy with me being there. They were very aggro and wanted me to leave, and that sucked pretty much. And home bums sometimes piss me off, and those are the kind that fucking piss me off, where they get territorial under an overpass that isn't theirs. It's nobody's, it's the state's, if anything. And yeah, they pretty much told me to like get lost, fuck off. So I did. Anyway, we're out. We're coming up on the Moffat Tunnel here. You can't see anything, it's not focusing, but these are the signals to the Moffat. Like I was saying in the other video, there's a whole like abandoned town over here to the right that's interesting to see all the buildings. They haven't removed them yet. Here we go. These are the signals. And it is snowing hard outside, it looks like. Tunnel. Here we go. 6 miles. And darkness. And here we go out of the tunnel into Winter Park, Colorado. Ooh, my ears just popped. And wintry it is here in Winter Park, Colorado. Very wintry indeed. So we're jumping off here in Grand Junction. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Of course, the train made it in record time from Bond to here. I only got like less than 3 hours of sleep. It only took like 4 hours for it to get down here. So I'm looking for a tree, and I'm going to pass out because I am so tired right now. But made it to Junction. Here we are. We got sunset here in Grand Junction, Colorado River below me. I'm up in an area called Orchard Mesa right now. And we made it. I just picked up my winter gear, my sleeping bag, new pair of boots, some other stuff. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going from here. I'm just gonna hang out here and drink a beer. And I don't know if you can see me or not, but yep, gonna hang out, drink a beer, go back, camp tonight. Tonight's gonna be the coldest night of this whole like cold snap thing that's happening. 20 degrees tonight here. It's a lot better than the 6 degrees in Denver. I'm so glad I made it out of there. But yeah, figure out where we're going next. But so we're here in Junction, back at the place with left my gear. The camera can't focus right now. I don't think it's gonna be able to. We have a train coming in way up there. I don't know what it is, but there's a stopped tank train right here with the rear unit. I think I might try to take that if it's possible. Sorry about the camera focus. It's not going to work right now. That might be the Amtrak though coming in, and if that's the case, it's going to be perfect. Get on this rear DPU, hide, leave. So we're out of Junction on a tank train, and it looks like we're hauling some good ass at a Junction right now, actually. And we're going over Soldier Summit. Ogden is next, and yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up when we get over to Ogden. So I know you can't see a lot right now, and the camera's gonna do some dumb shit with focusing, but we just got split up here at this crude oil plant outside of Price, Utah. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the end of this train. I did not know there was a crude oil plant in between Grand Junction and Provo. I should have known that because there's a lot of industry around Price, Utah. But I've never tried to take one of these oil trains. I swore these oil trains go all the way to Salt Lake City. What I'm hoping is that it's picking up cars here, but I doubt it. Trying to be hopeful that it's picking up refined oil cars here and then putting it back on this DPU, because right now we're on, I know you can't see this, but we're like on the like a siding. I think we're on a siding. We might be on the main. No, I think we're on a siding, but they dropped, I'm just the DPU just sitting here on the siding, and the entire train is over to the right of me that they've been working, and then backed it all the way up into this crude plant, which is these lights back here. So if the lead locomotive's detached from this string of oil cars, I'll know that I'm totally fucked here in Price, and I'm gonna have to get to Salt Lake City a different way. Probably go to Helper and wait for a train to stop there, but yeah, kind of screwed. It's like 3:30 in the morning too. I was like nice and falling asleep, having a nice freaking dream in this unit, and then this bullshit happens. I feel a loud jolt, and I wake up, and then this is going on. I thought I was over Soldier Summit all the way to the Salt Lake Valley, but you know, so it goes, riding trains. Never, well, not never, but sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, but we'll see. We still could be picking up cars, probably not, but we'll see. Well, it finally happened. I knew one day it would. It's just destiny, but I am now in Helper, Utah. Stranded here. Last night when I was talking about that oil train, it was going to that facility, the whole train. I almost just got out there. It's near like Wellington, Utah. I just had to stay in, and conductor came in the cab, and I was asked him if I could just ride to Helper, because I knew it was coming here to drop the engines off, and let me ride up here to Helper. So I stayed the night here in the yard, And now I'm stuck here, and I don't know how I'm gonna get out of Helper. Trains do stop here sometimes, but it's kind of rare and like random that happens. So I guess I'm gonna try to hitchhike to Provo. It's not that far, but it's not a great situation. There's not a lot of traffic that comes through here to hitchhike, and I just don't know. Well, we're gonna find out, I guess. Hopefully I can get to Salt Lake City, because my plan is to go south. I've got to get to the desert. It's just getting way too damn cold up here, so we'll see here in a little while. And the train that I thought was going the right way is not, and it's a coal train going the wrong way. Shitty. So we're still here in Helper. It's beautiful, by the way. I like this town a lot, but I just tried to hitchhike. Hold on. Tried to hitchhike out of here for close to 4 hours, and it's not happening. No one's picking me up, so I think I'm gonna go to the Maverick. This new Maverick just got built. Maybe try to fly a sign. The Amtrak out of here to Provo is only $17. So if I can make $17, I can get out of here at least like $7.20, or I can get it tomorrow. But kind of stranded. It's not the worst place to be stranded in. It's a lot better than being in like Price, which is just 5 miles south of here, or like Green River, Utah, or like a place like that. So it's not too bad, but we're gonna go and see, I guess, what this town has to offer. And I would do a tour of Helper. I already did one a while ago, and the trains are stopping. If you can see, there's a coal train that just stopped. That's going the wrong way back towards Grand Junction. But Utah Transit Authority runs some trains between here and the Salt Lake Valley, so it's possible that a Salt Lake bound train may stop down by the Maverick over there. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I was saying, Helper isn't bad. There's this nice parkway, walkway thing by, this is the Price River that we're on this like bridge over it, the swinging bridge. And walk this down to the Maverick, see what's up. Well, one of the most ultimate shitty things has happened to me since I've been riding. Haven't been stranded like this. I don't know if I've ever been this stranded. So got this train, which I believe to be the North Platte to West Colton, and out of Salt Lake City. And I went really slow when I got on it, all the way out of Salt Lake, and I fell asleep, and I woke up and I thought we were in Milford, and we were about 60 miles south of Tooele, Utah, and about, I don't know, maybe like 40 miles west of the I-15, in the middle of nowhere. Like, there are worse places to get stranded on this line. At least there's like a little tiny state highway, maybe like 4 miles from me, that I'm gonna walk to. But we're pretty freaking far out here. We're next to Vernon and Eureka, Utah, are the two closest places. And yeah, it's bad. The responders showed up this morning, and I heard them tying down my car, and I woke up, and one of them like yelled, "Holy shit, there's a person in there!" And I got up out of my sleeping bag and I was like, "Yep, there is a person in here. What the hell is happening?" And they said the train was done. There's something wrong with it, and that they said it could be days before. This is on the main line, by the way. This is shutting down the LA and SL line completely. And they said that it could possibly be days before they clear this line. This train off this line. I don't know if I believe them. I think they were fucking with me. They seem like some good old Utah boys. And the train keeps like airing up and doing stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna walk up to this hill and see what's happening, but this is not good. Hitchhiking to the I-15 from here. I can't decide whether I want to go to Ogden and just go west from Ogden or just hitchhike the I-15 south to Vegas. I don't know. I hate hitchhiking so much, but I don't know. When we get to the highway, we'll see what the traffic's doing. And this sucks, dude. Happy Halloween. Spooky train decides to shut down in the fucking main line. All right, well, at least it's like pretty around here. This is what it looks like. But it is pretty as in far in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so what happened is that when I walked away from the train, back on the highway to walk away from the highway, I started telling all the truckers that were backed up because the train was blocking that intersection. I started telling them that it was going to be a while until the train moved. And so they started turning around. And one of the guys that I turned around ended up asking me if I wanted to ride back to the interstate, which was awesome because I was stuck in the middle of nowhere. There was not going to be any fucking way someone was going to pick me up in the place that I was at. So he gave me a ride all the way here to Sanpete, is where we are. The trusty old Maverick in Sanpete. And I'm going to hitchhike to Provo here, see how that goes. I'm only like less than, I don't know, 50 miles from Provo. It shouldn't be that hard to get a ride out of here. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to take the front runner. Hopefully they don't kick me off for not paying a fare all the way to Ogden. It's going to be interesting. And then I don't know, we'll figure out what's going on in Ogden from there. But here we go. Provo's right over there. Ogden. Such a nice, beautiful, serene, totally. What the fuck is that? That is definitely human blood. Or it's blood of some kind. Maybe not human, I don't know, but just a pair of shoes. Not great. Not great. But who knows? Maybe it's a Halloween costume. God, I hope so. Anyway, Ogden, waiting for a train going east. So try to get a little bit of this before it's too low light. Got my camp here in Ogden. This is typically what I do. I've got this. There's a cooking tripod that was set up here. I rebuilt this fire ring, so it's nice. I got a whole bunch of water in bottles to put the fire out because if you can see, this is all dry leaves and shit around here. I don't want to light the goddamn forest on fire. Got myself a nice camp seat going on here with my space bag. Got my dinner set up down here on the stove. Campfire going. Cleared all the leaves around, like I said. And sitting by the train yard. Just kind of hanging out here. A little overview before it gets completely dark. It's a pretty nice setup. I do like hanging out in Ogden right here. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna wait for the Lathrop to G2 train coming through. It like continuing a long night, hanging out waiting for something to come through and get to Cheyenne, meet up with the road dog, go to KC from there, possibly east, who knows. We're right in between Laramie and Cheyenne right now. This is probably one of the prettiest views you can get on this ride. There's not a whole lot out here. ice. Brrr. Get me south. So we're like right at the head end of the train. Not the greatest. Also, I thought this was the Lathrop train, but this looks a lot more like the Oakland train to me. Not the Lathrop train.